I'm Nathaniel. I sing. I'm the vocalist, and I'm like 9 out of 10 for plugging USBs in the right way every time.
Oh my god.
Hi, I'm Oscar. I play bass and I do secondary vocals for Archers. The only way to drink my coffee and enjoy it is cold and black.
Like my heart.
I'm Ben. I play guitar, and to the that way, it's the best tacos in the world. But that's not a useless fact. That's a great fact.
That's a great fact.
I'm Grayson. I play drums, and the crazy fact about me is I can find something to complain about in any situation.
You guys began this wonderful journey in one of the most isolating times. You guys have created this music and this community and this fan base that's really bringing people together. It come to be that you guys decided to start doing your music in live streams?
I mean, that was just kind of the only thing we could do. So it was the only option, so it was the one we went with. Ben and I, and even Oscar, have been doing this for quite some time, even long before COVID, but it was forced to do things differently during the pandemic. Really found an audience of people who, everyone was feeling isolated, and just that we wanted to get our music out there, but like we were also missing it, like we're musicians and we wanted to play and we wanted to showcase our art, and that was the option that we had, so it's one we went with. And I mean, we got really lucky, there was a lot of people who were really receptive to it right away and kind of springboarded us to where we are now.
Yeah, of isolation. There's a lot of, darker themes in y'all's music, like an identification of grief and mental illness and those feelings of isolation. Tell me about what the song Bitter is about.
It's about this.
Yeah?
100% about this. This has been my biggest struggle in life, quitting cigarettes, and my whole career and everything that I love about life could hinge on my ability to get rid of these. Is something that I keep with me everywhere, and it's always present, so I figured I'd write a song about it.
That's really smart. There's a lot of processing in the music, and there's also a lot of processing in the people who listen to the music and find that they identify with it, and then they find other friends that identify with it as well. Speaking of, what's something positive that has come from you guys having started your music journey in a time of major social media isolation and people being glued to their screens? Did that teach you anything about who you wanted to be as musicians?
That's a really good question that I don't have an answer for.
Deep question.
Yeah.
I mean, subconsciously maybe. I feel like with the way social media runs, you're always kind of comparing yourself to somebody else. So whether you're actively being like, I want to do that, or it's just kind of in your subconscious where you're like, this is really cool, this is something I liked, and then seeps its way into your songwriting or live performance. I feel like
Yeah.
probably.
I mean, as negative as all things were back then, everything about this has been a positive to a certain degree. Obviously, it gave us a cool opportunity, and it got us into the ears and minds of people all over the country and in some places of the world, and it brought us closer together. Just being able to spend more time on the road together, besides this one. Love you. But yeah, I mean, for every positive, I feel like there is a negative counterpart, and vice versa. So it really is good with the bad, as they say.
Because there are some more, the shadow connotations of growth in y'all's music, people use your music to feel their feelings a little bit louder, to be heard a little bit louder, to be able to pass through those negative feelings and process them. What kind of music do you guys listen to when you're trying to make your move out of those inner thoughts that just seem to spiral?
I mean, weirdly enough, I feel like listening to music that matches your current mood is honestly like one of the better ways for you personally to get out of it. Like if I'm really sad, I listen to like some sad music. If I'm feeling really excited and energetic, then I'm gonna listen to some like angry, aggressive, up-tempo or really positive. And the genres are all over the spectrum. I love pop punk music. Metal is a huge one for me. I love metal. Pop music's a big one. I like how creative people get with like layering different stuff in pop music. So like it's just like a symphony kind of sound. So like there's honestly, yeah, that's kind of like what I do, and especially if I'm feeling like really frustrated or anything, sometimes the best avenue out is finding something that's like, yep, this is exactly how I feel right now. Kind of expend your emotions in that circle so that you're like, all right, I'm good to move on from that.
I asked a couple of fans what's questions that you guys would like to ask the band, and of course I edited them for kindness. But this question is actually for me. That meme that's on TikTok, oh, have you ever wondered what's inside their head? If you looked inside my head at any given moment, the song would be Black Market Monkey Magic. At any given time, I'm just like, I need this to be on the outside of my head for a moment, so I'm going to listen to this song really loud and feel better. And I heard in a previous interview that is about anxiety and panic attacks, which absolutely tracks. But as a fan, I would like to question, what does that name mean?
So,
Go ahead.
yeah, so
Tim Hortons has a lot to do with it.
Yeah, me and Nathaniel were working on writing that song for our EP, and we were out to breakfast one morning at a Tim Hortons before, and we were like racking our brains on what to call the song. We had no idea, and we just like went off on this weird tangent about like monkeys being like super
magic.
amused by magic tricks. You can't own monkeys, so then you've got to have like a black market monkey magic dealer to like come to your house to your monkey that you're not supposed to have to show the magic tricks.
Black market monkey magician.
So the black market monkey magician brings the black market monkey to your house so you can view the monkey magic.
Or no, you've got the monkey, but you're not supposed to. But then the magician
Yeah.
is like under the table, cool with you having the monkey when you're not supposed to. So they come over and do some black market monkey magic.
Absolutely tracks for who I am as a person.
Yep.
Another question that is a fan question. What is the most difficult song for you to perform?
Black Market Monkey Magic.
That is a good one.
That is a very hard song on drums, but it's very fun.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That's probably the hardest song for me to perform, just for how much is happening vocally in that as well.
There are layers.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. A lot of screaming.
There's one part in Bitter where my finger doesn't want to reach where it's supposed to go, and I feel like I'm like ripping my finger open every night when I stretch for it, and it hurts. And it's like right at the start of the song. but other than like literally like those two notes, Bitter's fine. I think Composure for me probably is the hardest song to play, just for like that main riff in it.
You just not have a hard song?
No, he's perfect.
I'm perfect.
Perfection.
Perfect. He's got that shirt.
I was waiting for someone else to say
He's got that shirt. He's perfect.
So
Yeah.
you were
Did you get that at Dan Flash's?
I don't even know what that means.
Sorry, we're way
here
over.
all
The
night,
patterns
you
are
guys
so
are
intricate. It's probably worth $150.
Dude, the patterns, man.
As they say, I get paid by the hour, so you guys take your time.
Okay, great.
She's getting paid. I
Right?
get paid.
I'm not. Your company is my payment. I saw in the interview that you did on You Make the Scene. You spoke on having kind of a reluctant journey into being a vocalist.
Oh yeah, that was when was that interview? I guess yeah. That's a deep cut. I didn't expect to be a vocalist. I always sang, but it was more just as an accompanying vocalist, or like, you know, to teach people how to sing the songs that I wanted them to do. I was always playing different parts, so I'd either play drums or bass or guitar or things like that, because I didn't really want to be in the spotlight, just self-conscious issues. But then I basically got kind of thrust into it because we didn't have any other option. This is before this band. And yeah, just haven't stopped since. So yeah, it was kind of reluctant, I guess. I just wasn't expecting to. But once I got into it, it really opened up a part of me that, you know, I think I had been putting off to the side because I thought I couldn't do it because of the way I looked or the way I felt. So it was really freeing once I actually started doing it, for sure. And I haven't looked back.
And Oscar, you had a similar journey of, you know, not being very comfortable with your vocals, and there being a lot of encouragement on certain social medias for you to be more vocal. How comfortable are you now with stepping up as a vocalist?
From a 2 out of 10 to like, I'd say maybe on my best day, like a 5 out of 10.
I hate for you that low of a rating, but I appreciate, you know, we have to find our own journey of self-acclimation. Are we going to see anybody else step up into vocals?
Oh no.
anytime soon?
Oh no.
I was forced to sing a layer on one
Yeah.
song.
Which one was that?
A song that is not out yet.
Oh, okay.
You can't tell it's me, but they did force me against my will to do it.
Totally fair. I feel the same way about singing. I am talented, but you would have to, you know, get me drunk and lock me in the booth and be like, you can't leave unless you sing.
There's numbers you can call.
Trapped in a lockdown.
You guys have done quite a few covers that are very well received. What songs are you considering covering right now?
We're not at the moment.
We're trying to get away from doing covers. I feel like they helped a lot where we were at the time when we were releasing them, and they helped kind of get like a lot of traction to us. But the idea behind them was always kind of like halfway point between having fun with them and being able to kind of use them as almost like a funneling system towards our original music. It seems like we're at like a comfortable point where we can kind of move past doing them. So maybe we'll do one again at some point in the future. But if we do, it'll definitely be more for fun than for like attention grabbing. But at least for right now, we don't
Back
have any
during the
plans to do
pop
any.
goes punk era, it was a whole thing. Nowadays, any band and their grandma puts out covers, and it's hit or miss whether they're good or not. And good can come from anywhere, and same with bad. So it's like at this point, if we don't have to, we're not going to. And if we end up doing one, it's not going to be some big AT40 song. It's going to be, or it may be, if that's what we're vibing with, but it's really just going to be just for fun. And but right now, it's like all efforts are being put towards originals because that's where we feel we're our strongest.
Have you guys heard anything about The Weeknd, Ellie Goulding, or Dua Lipa having heard any of your covers?
No, I haven't heard it. I'm certain that we're not on their radars.
You never know. You never know.
Hey, maybe it'd be cool. It'd be cool if any of them have. But no, we haven't heard anything about them. Like
that'd be neat. That'd be cool. But maybe someday. But it's not really high on our priorities list. But if it happened, that'd be really cool.
The beginning of your journey as archers came from a nasty music label breakup before moving into TikTok and the popularity of social media. Based on that, what type of antiquated label expectations are you guys ready to see just exited completely from labels and music?
Oh, I mean,
I think one thing that we kind of got duped into was when our me and Sam's previous band was on a label, was we got duped into paying for a ton of the production costs, which if as an independent artist, when we go into the studio, we pay our producers, but it makes sense because it's our music from the start. But if it's like a label deal where it's no longer the artist's actual legal music anymore, I don't think the artist should be putting in any of their own money up front, or at least should be using label resources and funds first before considering putting in their own money, where the one we were signed to was willing to put up money on marketing and distribution and all that stuff, but they weren't really willing to put in any money towards the recording costs or towards music videos, which then forced us to have to come up with that on our own for music that we wouldn't even be able to we wouldn't own. And it just didn't. At the time, we were all like, oh my god, a label, we're so excited, and we were really gung ho about the idea of just saying we were signed, but I feel like the tactics that were used were kind of predatory towards artists that desperately just wanted to say they were on a label. It seems like that kind of stuff is working its way out, and those types of labels are just publicly receiving more and more of a bad reputation, so hopefully more of them just kind of continue to just go away.
With record deals, if they don't feel right, they're probably not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In my opinion,
Don't sign a deal that you don't want to.
in my opinion, labels as a whole are generally an antiquated institution, as is. I mean, the bigger you get, the more you have to deal with things, and there's, the larger bands, these labels go to work for them, for sure, because, they're their teams and whatnot. But, for bands like us, it's really just becoming more and more obsolete to have a label, because it's unless they're willing to go to bat for you, they're not worth, all that, the back end, the bullshit and the back end stuff. They're a necessary evil in some degree, but I hope times change enough to where they become less and less necessary.
With all of that in mind, is there a label that if they signed you today, you would be excited to sign to that label?
I mean, sure.
Of course. There's
Plenty of great labels out there.
Yeah.
Do you feel comfortable naming any of them? You don't have to.
I don't want to jinx it.
That's totally fair.
But there are a few.
We
It
can
would have to be.
manifest
It would have to be the right deal. It would have to be something that we're comfortable with. We'd have to believe in the deal, without any what ifs or.
A good label can give you a bad deal, and a small label can give you a great deal. It really just depends on what fits the best with what your goals are and what you're trying to achieve. And you just gotta read the damn contract.
Yeah. So, for sure. I mean, there's a ton of labels where I would obviously love to be a part of it, but I want to be a part of it in the right way.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because lots of times larger labels will snag up smaller bands and just kind of shelve them, and you gotta be really careful about that kind of thing as a smaller band.
Well, you guys aren't necessarily a smaller band anymore.
Yeah, we are. We are 100%.
If
Very
we
small,
take into account
teeny tiny.
the difference between what a label thinks they can make money on, which is a more antiquated idea, and what people want to hear, you guys have a larger following than some of the people that are making millions of dollars.
I appreciate it.
That's appreciate that. Yeah.
I will not deal with y'all's imposter syndrome bullshit. I refuse. You guys are worth the money with the loving, amazing fan base that you guys have cultivated alone, because that's money. So don't ever sell yourself short like that. No comfort. Some of the most legendary bands have some of the most absurd things on their rider, like Van Halen's bowl of M&Ms with no brown, Motley Crue's Submachine Gun, and Mariah Carey's 20 White Kittens, and Iggy Pop even had a Bob Hope impersonator on his rider. When you guys are famous, what nonsense item will people see on your rider?
I have one particular thing on our rider already that I don't know if it's nonsense or not, but it's like my happy place on tour, and whatever it actually shows up in the green room when we get there, I am like the happiest dude alive. Is cheese and peanut butter sandwich crackers. Is just like my happy place, is being able to get those. It's like the only snack I like on tour, and I like one of my favorite things to do is I get the pack and then I'll like eat one real quick and just like be like totally zen, and then I'll just like run around to everyone on the tour and just be like, who wants some cheese and peanut butter crackers, and just like handing them out to everyone because I'm so excited we actually got them. But I don't know if it's nonsense or not, but that's my like special thing.
Joy is the best.
Correct.
I haven't thought that far ahead. The only thing I have on our rider currently is just tea.
Yeah, I don't know if I would want to do anything crazy like that, just because, like, I don't want to be inconvenient to anybody, but, like, if we can show up to a venue and have, you know, our sugar-free Red Bull, our veggie trays, our food trays, anything to make the day easier, that's what I want. I don't need to pick out the brown M&Ms.
If we can, like, show up to a venue and not have to bring in our own towels, our own snacks, just
our own coffee / energy.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be super neat.
Now that the world has reopened and we are experiencing our new normal, for
I
fans
see what you
love
did
base, the fan love base that you've developed during isolation has catapulted you on these tours and is getting you put on music festivals such as Louder Than Life and Blue Ridge. What festivals would you love to be on next?
Download.
Upheaval,
Download in the UK would be
Ink, Incarceration.
I've heard of Rocklahoma. I just want to say Rocklahoma out loud and be a part of it. Hell yeah.
Grow Fest.
I'd love to just keep being able to like keep playing the DWP festivals, like Louder, Ink, and
Aftershock.
Yep, Aftershock.
Rockville.
So what?
Yep.
Fest?
So
what would be
Dude,
super
did
dope.
someone already say download in the UK?
did.
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be
cool.
awesome.
Well, on these tours that you're doing, like Louder Than Life and Blue Ridge, what bands are you guys most excited to see yourself?
Sleep Token.
Yeah, Sleep Token's gonna be cool. I feel like their live set's gonna be so much better in a festival setting than it would be in a venue. Like that's gonna be really cool to see.
Sleep Token will be sick. I don't really listen to them that much, but I'm excited to see Knocked Loose live just because it's like pure chaos.
I've seen them live before. It's good.
Motionless, Shinedown.
One of my good buddies just joined a Muir, and so I'm really excited to get to catch them when we're at Blue Ridge. That'll be really fun to get to catch up with him and see him like in like
they
the
live the
super
same day
massive
you are?
band. Next day, yeah, that'll be cool to see. I Prevail. Yeah.
John Prevail.
John
Rebrand.
John Prevail.
John Prevail.
John
The
Prevail.
sequel. John prevails.
He has prevailed.
Yes. I'm excited to see Green Day. I know no one else is saying that. But
Yeah, Green Day will be cool.
I'm excited to see Green Day. That's
1,000 Below.
Yeah, 1,000 Below would be a really good one to
Until I
see.
Wake.
I'm excited to be surprised by all the people I didn't look up who are there.
I looked it up and I'm
I never,
surprised. I'm
I
like,
never
what?
look at the lineups.
Blue Ridge is crazy stacked.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. So you guys said on a previous interview that your dream tour lineup at that time was A Day to Remember, Dayseeker, the band Camino and Us. Is there anyone you would like to add to that list now?
I Prevail just so we can hang out with John.
I Prevail would be cool.
Yeah.
Bad Omens would be cool because they're fucking huge and they're really good. Who else would be cool?
Bear, too.
Honestly, the bands on tours right now, throw them on that too. They're
Yeah.
both really fucking cool.
We have been
versus
having
the
a blast with these
Discrepancies.
guys.
They're
Absolutely.
awesome.
Yo, I got something to confess. Today hasn't been the best. I've been feeling kind of stressed. Man, I feel this world is stressing me, stressing over necessities. Depression is affecting me, but I swear I got the recipe. Just let me keep a peace. And I give you all the rest of me. Don't question me, don't message me. Just let me keep what's left of me. Inner flames get ignited with rage. We kidnap a bad day and take it out on the stage. If we don't want no ransom, we just want to jam some. Make the women dance up. Fellas, put your hands up. Get hype, get loud. Hands in the air, let them know it's going down. I need y'all to get pumped. Get loose, but I hold on tight. Cause we're tearing off the roof. I need y'all to get hype. Get loud. Hands in the air, let them know it's going down. I need y'all to get pumped. Get loose, but I hold on tight. Cause we're tearing off the roof. When we're like this to where I wanna be, it seems like everyone is better off than me. I've worked so hard, I spent these years, I won't stop now. Looking past my fears, said am I dreaming beyond what's possible? Said I chose this life and I go too far. Sometimes I feel like I'm so far behind. I try, but feel I'm falling out of line. 'Cause I'm so far behind. Fuck you when it's half past five. The only time I'd ever call you mine. I only love you when you touch me and I feel me when I'm fucked up. That's the real me when I'm fucked up. That's the real me, babe.
So what are your favorite places that you have been on tour
Here?
so far? Austin?
Come
Yeah,
take
I
it.
love
Oh, yeah.
Austin. I love Austin. Dallas is also really, really cool. And then
Anaheim.
Seattle. Yeah, Anaheim. Seattle was one of my favorites.
I love playing Grand Rapids, Michigan. A lot.
Yeah.
That's just one of my favorite cities.
I love drafts in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. That's another really good spot.
You're fine, darling. It's not nearly as loud as the cars. What is a place that you haven't played on tour yet that is a dream to you?
Australia.
Yeah, Australia would be sick. I want to play at a House of Blues venue really bad. Like, that's a huge goal of mine. Same with, I grew up in Chicago, so Metro in Chicago is like a giant bucket list venue for me.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Different countries are.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to play a game. You guys remember, like, on TikTok, where they ask you a question and everybody points at the one that they think
hell
it
yeah.
goes to?
Nah, let's
We're
do
going to do
it.
a tour one.
You're gonna get so many of
I'm gonna
these.
get roasted. It's okay.
Who is the best driver?
Oh.
Everybody's got a point
It's
to
him.
This guy just because he
No, it's
drives
him.
like 6 hours overnight.
Yeah.
That's
So
fair.
it's very convenient.
And I know how to back up a trailer.
Yeah.
There's two people here
Yeah.
that can
Yeah,
back up a
he's
Porter
also
can
trailer.
a
also.
good driver.
Porter is
I would
also a
say
fantastic
2 and a
driver.
quarter people can back
But he's
up a
also a
trailer.
very good sleeper.
Yeah?
Do it. He does that.
He's
a
our
lot.
house cat.
Yeah, he's our house cat.
Who's the best shotgun?
Oh,
Our
Maya.
photographer permanently lives in
That's
shotgun,
Maya.
so she's
We
the
call
best.
it her swamp.
Who is most likely to get pulled over?
I don't think we ever have been.
I think maybe me. I was like texting and driving once while driving the van trailer, and a cop pulled up next to us, and I was like, "Oh crap, here comes the ticket." And he just like shook his head no at me and sped off, and I was like, "Thank God."
Believe it or not, as rapscallion like as we are, we drive very carefully when we're on tour.
Ooh, lighting change.
Fancy.
Love it. All right, getting there. Who is-
Thanks, producer Maya.
Who is the worst navigator?
His nickname is literally Pro Navigator,
Oh my god.
and you can understand that there might be some sarcasm involved. One of his
great at
titles is,
navigating. I haven't got
is
one of
Pro
these yet.
Navigator. Yeah,
I'm
it's
great at navigating. I can use Apple Maps.
Ugh,
That's the problem. You use Apple Maps instead of Google Maps like a human being.
the fucking AI.
I also use. No, I also use
Oh,
Apple
hail
Maps, but I
Google.
don't drive.
Who is the most likely to request a bunch of stops?
That's totally me. I asked to pee 3 times yesterday.
He has to pee every half hour, but he'll be on the side of the road.
Yeah, that's the
I
difference.
won't.
Oh,
Yeah.
so I changed my vote.
It's both of you are so screwed.
I do ask to stop more than he does.
You're right. It's just that he's the one that always makes the most inconvenient stops.
Rough.
He also saves his per diem to go to Dan Flash's.
Literally only him and I understand the joke right now, and it's okay. Him and I and no one else in the world.
I know, it's great.
Who is the most likely to eat all the junk food?
I'm the candy guy in the band. I like candy a lot.
I like candy when I'm home. I don't really eat it much on the road.
I
Fair.
eat candy all the time.
Who picks the best music?
I never picked it. Like,
Yeah, we never played
My
music in our
AirPods
band.
always sound great.
I usually jam, like, if I do listen to music while I'm driving, it's usually always like older pop punk music. I don't know.
yeah, we don't. We
They
can't play
drive in
music.
silence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
we
so
usually
weird.
drive in silence.
It's,
Well, it's like-
so bizarre.
Right?
Well, then also we don't have a freaking port anymore.
Yeah, we don't have an aux port, and
Producer
our
Maya.
Producer Maya, dongle please. Dongle me.
Dongles. Who gets homesick first?
Me.
He's homesick before we leave.
Yeah. I'm homesick before I'm like out of my house.
Who is most likely to be the one pulling the pranks?
I feel like if we do a prank, it's a group
It's-
effort on
yeah.
like
Yeah.
a band we're touring
We
with.
prank
time-
other bands, not each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one time we pranked a band just by sitting in the middle of their stage and playing Uno. It was super inconvenient for them, but
Who won Uno?
I think him.
Yeah.
I might have, yeah.
That sounds about right.
We heard tell that Maya, your tour photographer, once kept a list of dumb shit you said on tour.
The list.
Is
The
that
list?
list still growing? And what are some of your favorite things on the list so far?
Meat and beer, that's the move.
Meat and beer.
Now, the whole purpose of the list is to provide zero context. You do not get context.
Producer Maya, line,
Line.
please.
Line.
I don't think Grayson's Baja
Come on
Blast
in,
would
Maya.
have
You're
been
Here's for you.
How NSFW can we get here?
As much as you want.
Oh God! Don't get us in trouble. Don't
We
get us in
own
trouble.
the
though.
site. We do what we want.
Don't get us in trouble.
What's the desired hang direction? I'm not peeing in a funnel. I'm
Fair.
too poor to be a sugar daddy, but I could be your splendid daddy. Chuck's keys, make Van Gogh.
Make Van go. You
I
have to cut off your ear for that.
Yeah. Ben's zombie foot just touched me. I don't like it. Here we go. Call me Pierce Hawthorne because I'm a moist towelette. I'm sweeter than a maple leaf on Christmas, bud. For scientific purposes, are you a mom? I can't say that next one. I cannot
For
say
what
that
tour
next one.
this is? For scientific purposes, are you?
I know exactly where that was
I
said,
don't.
too.
Hold on. I do want.
It was in New Orleans.
New Orleans at that
Oh, yeah,
restaurant.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Come on, I don't want to read. I can't read some of those.
For scientific purposes.
Are you a mom?
Mom?
This is pre-Grayson.
Free Grayson? Oh boy.
None of them are gonna be funny then.
My brother, husband in Christ.
Done. That's all you need.
The Lord's not. Oh, not gonna say that.
Redacted.
Yeah, I know. I gotta stop watching Cops. It's hot in here. Part of the crew, part of the ship. He's warm. He's just like warm ice cream. I don't even know.
That's funny.
Fuck the environment. What has it done for me? Given me air? I can buy that shit at a gas station for 25 cents. Why are you fingering my Crocs? It tastes like a funeral home. Shit stop, pit stop.
All right, I'm done. I can't do this anymore.
This feels like a cheese grater on my ass.
Oh no.
All right, that's all. That's all you get.
Oh god.
Thanks for the trip down memory lane.
The fucking cops.
What?
That cops.
There's a bunch of cops on me.
So one last fan question. What is it you do in your off-tour season? Like, what do you like to do in your free time?
Sit on the couch and do fuck
Be
all.
thankful I'm not on tour.
Yeah.
I go to the movie theater a lot.
I hang with my cats and my dog and my girlfriend, and we binge watch sitcoms.
That's about it. Except I don't have a dog. I have lots of cats.
At this point, I
Right.
do a lot.
Yeah.
There's so much stuff to do when I get home.
Yeah, you have some solo stuff you're doing as well, huh?
There's recording, there's content to be made, there's collabs, there's invariably at least 1 or 2 trips that requires a plane flight or long distance driving. Yeah, my fiance and I stay very busy all the time. So tour is like, as crazy and as hectic as tour is, honestly this is probably the most sleep that I've had in a hot minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What can we expect next March?
More music.
Surprises.
Yeah. We're probably going to be... the plan right now is to kind of see what happens for the rest of the year. We're probably not going to pursue another headliner until next year. If something comes around along the way, that'd be really cool. But right now we're just planning on writing some new tunes and getting back in the studio. And we've already got like 3 songs that are, including the one that we've been teasing. We've got 3 songs ready to go, just about. They're going to be coming out throughout the rest of the year. And then, yeah, hopefully some new ones next year.
Where can people find your merch and your music?
We've got link trees all over the place. You can go to like Instagram, I think is the best one.
And then merch store, archersmerch.com, and music on every streaming platform.
Yep.
Love it.
Doesn't
Thank
matter.
you guys so much. I
Thank you
appreciate
for
your
coming out.
time.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. This was fun.
I don't know, you got very thorough.
Yeah.
No, you did great. That was awesome.
You made me have to think.
Did your research.
This sucked. I fucking hate thinking.
She needs a
Sorry.
Oh,
raise.
it's cool.
Yeah.
She needs a raise.
I
Yep.
need a raise. Sorry.
It's right.
Working
Needs a
hard.
raise.
Right?
Who do I talk to?
I get a 10% raise on nothing. That's
There you go. Yeah.
Yay.
Awesome.